motion. Let's ride these vibes, get this body into motion. Motion. When you're ready to fly, I'm ready to run. Free the feeling inside, let's have some fun. Symptomatic of ecstatic and supersonic joy. Unapologetic, get it, my mood can't be destroyed. So live the day and night, don't tie your hands so tight. Feeling so high and I'm privy to the notion. Notion. Let's ride these vibes, get this body into motion. Motion. Feeling so high and I'm privy to the notion. Notion. Let's ride these vibes, get this body into motion. Motion. When you're ready to fly, I'm ready to run. Free the feeling inside, let's have some fun. When you're ready to fly, I'm ready to run. Free the feeling inside, let's have some fun. slippery slope. It's not enough to please you. Pretty Caroline, oh, 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 stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the diner. Oh, 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 serves as a reminder to count your blessings, 'cause it's town ain't fair, town ain't fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, that's the ugly truth. How they coming for you. Yeah, yeah, let's go. It's the missed opportunity train. It only comes on a very blue moon. Blink twice, and you missed it again. Waiting in line for the party to end. Guess you didn't get what they asked for. Not a genie in sight, that reality gets so. There's no point to being careful. Learn the rules of the game before you lose your mental. Pretty Caroline, the stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the diner. It serves as a reminder to count your blessings, 'cause this town ain't fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, that's the ugly truth. How they coming for you. Yeah, yeah,
Yo! Patrick and I were both kind of at the same time. We're like, oh my gosh, like we were trying to figure something out, and we're like, oh no. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm all right. What about you, man?
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Hey.
Oh, it's our 100th live stream, man.
Whew.
It's a lot.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
years.
one day we'll figure this out. Oh man. Oh. Stina in Texas, 15 months as a member. Looking forward to another 100 episodes. Me too. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh man, it's been a journey. Yes, Matthew. That was what Marco said that too. And I'm like, does that mean we're old now? Yes, that's what that means. No hats. Thomas said no hats. No hats. Sorry. I didn't bring my hat. Yeah. Oh, welcome everyone. Appreciate all the congrats in the chat. There was a lot of them. So, yeah. TV film buff. Whoa, that scared me. Yes. There was a long time ago when we first started doing the Yo. We did a live or we were in person at a conference somewhere or a user group meeting or something. And I remember when we did the Yo, like there was some lady that was on there was an aisle in the middle of the seats, and she was on the edge, and she fell off her seat. We scared her when we did the Yo. She wasn't ready for it. And like, hey, gotta be prepared. Yeah. Bananas. All right. If you are new to GynaCube or the live stream, put a hashtag new in the chat. We always love seeing the new faces. I already saw a couple. Someone's asking for swag. No swag. Hang on, Wyatt. It's all right. Chill. Also, shout out to the members of Gynacube. You help us do what we do here on Gynacube. We greatly appreciate it. We had 100 live streams. We're going to do 100 more, probably. In that time frame, we'll figure out how to do all this stuff so we can keep it going great. But just thank you for the support. If you see folks with a green name or a Gynacube logo next to their name, those are members of Gynacube. So thank you. If you want to learn more, check out the join link on the screen or hit the join button down below to learn more. No commitment required. Just a thank you for supporting us. Also, Wyatt asked for swag. So as a gift, so just a thing because we've got 100 members, I'm going to gift 10 memberships right now. So folks that are not members, we are going to do 10 memberships. Here we go. There we go. So we just gave 10 out to some random folks out there that were not members. So of note, YouTube does not allow a channel owner to just gift memberships. So I had to join myself in order to gift memberships. So, there it is. So thank you to new members that are out there. Yep, I gifted. All right, Wyatt, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, Wyatt. That was bananas.
So we'll have to bring some stuff to the conferences that we go to using that money that Wyatt gave us.
Yeah,
so we'll have to figure it out.
That's bananas.
We'll have to figure it out.
That's bananas.
Yeah.
So now what I don't see is who were the new members?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me. So I don't know. All right. So if you did get a membership, congrats. I didn't see who they actually were. So you will. Just one thing to note about YouTube memberships as well. If you click on the dollar item,
Here they go.
Oh, is it going? Is it going? There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So Chandu, Linson, new members, welcome. So if you go to the dollar sign though, it'll prompt you saying, "Hey, do you want to receive gifts?" You got to make sure you turn that on if you want to receive a gifted membership.
New BI
Hachi. Member, welcome. Hachi's a member. John, new member, welcome. Yeah, guess it takes a little bit before it kicks in. All right, so we'll see those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 went through. Uma's a new member as well, so congratulations. Welcome. And then Ike Ohio is a new member. Kio's a new member. Lance is a new member. Welcome. So congrats, everyone. Welcome to being a member. So, yeah, there you go. Bam. All right. So thank you for all of that. Just to appreciate everyone showing up every week, and it's been great. The community, everything. We love doing it.
Yep.
All right, so questions. We got to get into the questions. That's why we're here. So put Q : in front of the questions to get them queued up. Chatmaster C is standing by to get them queued up. One time is all you need. So just don't do it more than once. We have a 3 strikes rule here on Gynacube. So if you start spamming the question, either Chatmaster C or one of our lovely moderators, except Patrick, we'll put you in a timeout. So just be aware of that. Also, members, so especially the new members that are here, please hold your questions until the second half. We will get to those. Chatmaster C will let you know. James Ward, thank you for becoming a member. Wow, awesome. And then Adelina's got one of the gifted memberships, and then I thought I saw another one too. Maybe not. Excellent. All right. So Q : in front of the question, one time only. Members, hold your questions until the second half. Chatmaster C will let you know when to get you up and going. Super chats always take priority throughout all of the stream. And wait, what are you laughing at?
Scott. Well, you see, Scott's coming.
Oh, Scott's is going full Oprah today. You get a membership. Everyone gets a membership. James, all good, man. All good. Just appreciate you grabbing a membership for yourself. So appreciate it. Yeah. What was I saying on that? There was something I was saying. I don't remember.
Not sure.
Patrick
Not sure.
distracted me. All right. Well,
Sorry.
yeah, super chats always take priority. Be sure to put your question in the super chat if you do want to ask a question along with it. And then, yeah, throughout the whole stream, super chats take priority. So we don't get to all the questions every week. We do our best. Yeah, Matthew. Yeah, I wasn't a member either. Neither was Shatmaster C. She got a membership from Alex last week. Yeah, we gotta eat our own dog
Still
food,
not
right?
a member.
Yeah, Patrick's
still
still
not a
not. We were
member.
actually afraid. We were trying to get Patrick to turn it off so he didn't grab one of the memberships. But you didn't get one anyway, so you're not lucky. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't go buying that lotto ticket. All right. All right, let's get to the questions. There was a super chat during the countdown. So Z-Pack, I love that name. Z-Pack just bringing it in with the first question, jump in the queue. So long-term issue. What is the easiest way to have a scheduled export of Power BI data to an Excel file? Ideally, each day's information would be added as a new row into a table. It got cut off after that. So my first question is why? So like why do you need this?
I'll give you the number one answer because I've used Power Query to shape and transform my data, and now I want to take that data and use that data for something else, as opposed to doing Data Factory or SSIS or Informatica or some other ETL tool. Because Power Query is so easy, so easy.
Yeah. So Z-Pack, you said trending information, but I don't understand how that relates. So trending information is great, and we can have reports that show that. What's the reason or the goal behind wanting to export that to Excel? Through Power BI, there's lots of options you can do this with, right? So there's different ways you can do it. Now, Power Automate's a great way in general to do that because you can do the export items through that. Although I don't know if the export API, does it let you do Excel through that, or is it just PDF?
No,
So I know it's limited.
I've never tried
The
it.
other option you have is a paginated report and then do an export off of that. But that would require premium on that if you went that road. Yeah. Other options would be like just connecting to XML and extracting it that way through a DAX statement. That also requires premium. And then even the Power Automate piece for extracting through the API, I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know if that requires premium or not. But
Marco's got an interesting one.
yes, Marco said use a query in Excel and just refresh the file. Yeah. Analyze in Excel. Write the query there.
Oh, just a query.
Go.
Yeah. Just a query.
Yeah. Do all in
But
Excel.
what's the source? Why can't I just go to the source and get the data?
Right. Yeah.
Because
So-
of ETL. Because of the transformations.
Yeah. So yeah. Matthew, you gotta drop. Thanks for being here. All good. Have fun. Have a good weekend, Matthew. There's lots of reasons to do it. There's also just lots of options to go in and do that.
They want to capture snapshots. That's what he was saying about trends. He wants to capture the snapshots of the data. Yeah.
Sources overwritten each day with the live. Well,
It's just
I mean, I would also say from like from a data warehousing approach, like why can't we do it, like store it there somewhere? Like again, Power BI is not necessarily the right tool for doing that. There's other ways to accomplish it that are probably better for accomplishing that task. So I would maybe investigate that as well. So some sort of actual ETL process to capture that historically and dump it somewhere. So
instead of trying to use Power BI.
yeah, yep. So yeah,
Or
lots of
or
options.
you
there.
just snapshot the data. What's the source, right? First, we need to figure out what the source is. But you could snapshot it in Power BI in different partitions. I'm working on something.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right. Cool. All right. Let's move on. One thing I forgot to do is go through. I asked for people to put #new in the chat, and I didn't even go back and look. Now I got to go find where it was in the chat. Let's see. Where are they? Going back in time. Oh, actually, there's not a. There's not a lot. Don't see any. There was one that came. So Shashai said new. So welcome. That was the only one I saw. Wow, bananas. I didn't see any other new listed. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Let's go back to the queue. So we got that one. Matthias,
please.
Matthias.
Is
it possible to set up a slicer so that it cannot be deselected to prevent that all measures show up, which looks nasty when in the viz people click around and so it happens? What?
So
First answer is
I
no.
clicked around. Yeah, I clicked around in the slicer settings, and the only way to do it is if you turn on single select. If you turn on single select, then you have to. It turns them into radio buttons, and one has to be selected, and you can't deselect it. But when you are in just like multi-select mode or something like that, there's no way to stop it. Yeah, see, Bernard is even saying single select.
The same thing, single select. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to like reset a slicer or do anything like that. The other way would be like a bookmark. To like just reset slicer state to the default, or to use the reset option for the report to reset it to default. But there's no other way to. No, you can't deselect. Not programmatically or anything. You physically have to. Like there has to be one selected. So
you can add a
and you can do the select
all, but that still doesn't stop them from clearing out the filters.
Well, so Heidi said it, and then who else said it? Chris said it also. Like put the filter in the filter pane and lock it, but they want to deselect it. So I don't know how the locking in the filter pane helps at all in that scenario. Like what it seems unrelated to that, unless I'm missing something.
Because if I lock it, they can't change it. They can't do anything to it. Right. I'm assuming he wants them to change stuff.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, what's the goal? That's always a good question. Why? What are you trying to accomplish here? Filter pane limit the choices, but it sounds like at some point those options will be there, and so that's part of it. They need to be available, but then how do I unselect it if I want to change state? And it's like, it's like it's not a good way to do that outside of bookmarks and whatnot. All right. Cool. Data is king. What is the number one feature that you wish Power BI could do? It does so much.
I don't know. I think what makes it challenging is we know a lot of the things that it's going to be able to do. And so it's kind of like, oh man, everything that I'm thinking about, it's going to be able to do that. Yeah, it's going to be, and I can't say it. So, Chewy, NDA the things.
NDA the things.
Jeffrey Wang actually wrote a really nice blog post about a secret DAX function that I haven't had a chance to tinker with, but that's pretty cool. That came out. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I wish it did all the things. That's a non-answer, but I'm just trying to think like what. I got nothing.
I don't know.
I got nothing.
I got you know what? I would like to have DAX. I would like to see the DAX for all my measures and all the views in Power BI Desktop. So, like you can see it when you're in the report view, but when you go to the model view, I can't see the DAX. Another thing I would like is to be able to have the report view and the data view in separate windows. So like I could float the model view and the data, have
like
all
a docking kind of,
you know what I'm,
more of a developer
like
experience.
Kind of, yeah.
That'd be
I
nice.
would like that. I would like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Gabrielle, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Gosh, I'm thinking like what, I guess for me, like from a report design experience, I would love some more of that PowerPoint-like experience. Like some of the capabilities you can do in PowerPoint, just easier flexibility on the visuals would be nice. So, That would be nice in terms of doing that. It's come a long way. It's come a long way in terms of options for the visuals. So I just want to see the next iteration of that. Would be nice. So
I leave report design to the professionals.
Joe Smith coming in with a super chat. Nice. Thank you, Joe.
Marco explained this so well the last time we chatted.
Why is the local model needed for field parameters? I want to use it with Azure AS, but company policy says no composite models. Any alternatives? So Azure AS, so Power BI is think of that as a superset of analysis services. There is a great blog post out there from Christian Wade that kind of explains this. Hey, Alex, if you can find that blog, that would be great. But in terms of field parameters, in terms of composite models, these are all new features that are enabled from a Power BI perspective and not Azure Analysis Services or Analysis Services on-prem. And so if you want those capabilities, you've got to do that on the Power BI side. If you're still using Azure AS, I mean, think about migrating that to premium. There's options of that. Chris, no, it's not aspirational. The one thing about the superset that was missing, there's probably some edge case things that are there from Azure Analysis Services that aren't there, but one of the items that had been missing from actual compatibility between the two is query scale out, but that's listed on the release plan, so like that's coming. That was one of the last big holdouts, and so go ahead.
Go ahead. So, but you got to remember, this is not the field parameters. They're not part. I found this. Marco and I talked about this a while ago, and they're not part of the model. It's just information. Yeah. It's a piece of information in the client tool. Yeah. Right. And so you need that feature in the client. You need that information in the client tool for it to work. And so if you don't have that information in the client tool, if the client tool doesn't support it, then they won't work. And so it's a client. It's a Power BI thing, and so it won't work. I have an art. I found it. Here we go. Whew. This is what you want to go read right here. This is from Marco. I hope it shortens it up. There you go.
Marco had already posted it before you.
All right. Sorry. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. There's the metadata. So, yep. Nice. All right. Good question, Joe. Thank you. All right, Surya. How does the data marts behave in other Power Platform applications, apps platform, especially read and write operations through them? I mean, think of it like a SQL database.
That's all.
Yeah, it's a SQL database.
That you can only read from.
Yeah.
That you only can read from this SQL database. You can't write to it.
Yep. So, it's just SQL. It's got a TDS endpoint. You can just query it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No magic. I mean, it is magic, but... all right, D. Is it possible to change a slicer by clicking on a measure value in a KPI box?
This is a question that comes up a lot. People want to use the visuals to change the values in the slicer. And we talked about this, and I think you came up with an idea last time we talked about it, and we never acted on it.
I'm going to say it depends. But Patrick's going to hear my answer to this, and he's going to go like, no, that's not.
I'm going to take my dollar back.
You're going to want to. You're going to want to. So if you put a blank button over the KPI, you can change the bookmark, which will affect the slicer value.
Oh, my God. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I can't argue with you.
I would say it's a little bit of Lance is saying the same thing. Patrick, you need to close your door. I hear noise in your background. It's a little. I will say that my answer is full of cheese on that one, but yeah. All right, Aman. Let's see here. I have missed the good reason why we cannot edit measures in model view, where we edit measure model data.
Yeah,
Model,
I agree.
measure,
I agree.
metadata. Yeah. That was. I mean, Patrick even
Yeah, I
brought that
agree.
up on like what feature I wish was there is that, right? Like, let me do it all the places. Oops, sorry, I got excited on that one.
Right.
Um,
You're right. Yeah.
Chris, make Adam charge an extra $1 for making that suggestion. That was a cheese answer, but it's technically accurate. But yeah, Amon, like that was Patrick's thing. Like, yeah, give me that option.
Yeah.
Let me edit
I
measures
agree
in
with
all the places.
Yeah.
So yeah. We don't disagree. We don't disagree. Ideas.powerbi.com, my friend.
Look, Alex just put it in there.
There you go. There you go. Except he said with a frowny face, and I said it with a smile. So I don't know. That's funny. That's funny. All right. Apparently our dogs are howling right now. So. All right, Igor. Let's see here. What is the most dangerous thing to do in DAX? Bad DAX?
It depends, right?
It depends.
You got to go with it. Depends. Yeah, it depends. It depends. Yeah. You can do so many things. You can do so many bad things in DAX. You know, one of the things that I think people don't realize they do is materializing stuff in virtual tables, temporary tables, whatever you want to call them. People do that a lot when they're writing their DAX statements, and they start materializing large amounts of data, and then they try to figure out, hey, why am I getting these out of memory exceptions in my model? Marco showed me a really simple way to do it, and we're going to do a video coming up to show you. But materialization inside your DAX is a bad thing.
Yep.
But another thing, and Chewy, I think Chewy's reading my mind here, though. If you have a bad model, you're going to have bad DAX. So the worst thing you can do to your DAX is have a bad data model.
Yeah.
And so
Yep. The more complex your DAX is, chances are you got a data model issue. Like, keep it simple, keep it clean as best you can. That's not always a true statement, but it's Power BI guy. Like, expect it to work the first time. Like, that's
you guys have. I'm Chewy and Kevin. I'm at $2. I kept the other one. We're at $2.
yeah. He kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wyatt. When one dog starts, the others join in. So it's a pack mentality. So yeah, ETL.
I do
and DAX
like what
is
Thomas
bad.
is saying though. Yeah, ETL and DAX. A lot of calculated tables.
Yeah, and it goes back to what Matthew said, right? So data transformation should be performed as far upstream as possible, as far as downstream as necessary. So
I think we saw someone where they were doing their aggregations in DAX. So their ag tables. I forgot where we were at. And
Mal, aren't you supposed to do aggregations in DAX?
They're creating their ag tables in DAX as opposed to Power Query or in the source. So yeah.
Oh, I like Marco's. Did you see Marco's? So doing
Yes,
a
this is it.
sum x just over one. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's
Don't
over
do
a
that.
measure though. It's over an
Yeah,
explicit measure, right?
yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yes. Lots of things. All right. Let's see. Moving on. So let's grab Tango. Tango had one. So if we use another BI tool like Click, and then the team learns Power BI, and we are Microsoft DBA, is it good to move our work to Power BI or still use Click? And so this goes back to migration, right? So first off, what's your company strategy? Like, what are you doing? I personally would love you to move all of it to Power BI. I don't know that necessarily makes sense from a business perspective. So this is a business decision. This is not a technical decision. So you've got to weigh. Yeah, it absolutely depends. Yes, Heidi, it absolutely depends. So the Matthias delete Click. This chat may be biased. I will add to that. So yeah, don't just move, improve it. Yeah. So so Alex, hey Alex, can you drop the migration guidance docs, the link to that? So there's an approach for doing this as well. And so think about consolidation. Think about it as an opportunity to clean things up. If you do decide to do that, there's no magic button though to do it. So there's no tools. So it's just, you know, you got to do the work. So that's where it comes into the business decision of, do you actually want to spend the time and effort to do that? Is it needed? Is it warranted? You know, will you be able to actually get benefit out of that from a business? What's the ROI from a business perspective? So, like I said, I would absolutely love for you to migrate that stuff to Power BI, but you gotta, it's a business thing. So I don't know. It depends. All right, we're bumping up against the clock. There's a bunch of questions in here. So Jurgen, I need to edit a push data set. Oh boy. Created with an API with Power BI Desktop. Nope. Is there a way? Thanks from Austria. Yeah, the answer to that is no. Well, not directly.
With Power BI Desktop?
Yeah, you can't do it.
Desktop.
You can't edit the push data set directly in Power BI Desktop, but you could potentially like pull some of the data in and then model it there. But then it's just a data source at that point. So you're not actually modifying the source, the actual push data set directly from Power BI Desktop. So, but yeah, you got to go back and relook at the push data set and then redeploy it. So there's not a good answer for that one.
Said.
Yeah, that's what Chris said.
That's what Chris just said.
Yep. So, yep. It's not ideal, but that's how push data sets work. Yeah, Marco. I was just thinking about that tool. Marco's got a tool out there for push data sets. So definitely check that out as well. All right, let's see if we can sneak one more in here. Kartik was working on report earlier, was running a bit slow. The perf analyzer said the delay was in the other. So I reduced some visuals, but it's still slow. Max time still other. Any ideas? So it depends, right? So some of this is going to be, or you may end up with diminishing returns on this. So for the other, you minimized visuals, which is great. How many are still there, right? I don't know. How big is the other bucket? If it's the largest, okay, is it causing a problem though? So like, what's the actual, like, do you still see sluggishness in the report? Or if the report looks like it's still running really fast, then do you need to spend time there? I don't know. Like, that's where the diminishing return may come into it. It's not always going to be like you're going to get that down all the time. But again, how many do you really have?
Benny was saying what I was thinking.
Yeah. Shapes, text box, slicers. Those are all visuals, right? So those are things that you need to consider. So can we reduce the number of slicers? Can we bake some of the static shapes and stuff into a background visual? Like, those are all things to help you reduce that down. So, yeah, Michael, thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. All right, we are at that time. Yeah, Victor, I saw your thing. Sorry. We try to get to as many questions as we can. We don't get to all of them. I don't know of a stream where we've gotten all the questions on the open side of it. So come back next time, and/or as Chatmaster C said, early. Super chats will get your question in earlier, and/or super chat. Yeah, Matthias is always there early. The super chat is like the only thing that'll beat out Matthias. But yeah, we are going to go over to member only chat, where members and moderators can participate. Everyone else can still watch the stream and gain knowledge and learn all the great things. But only members and moderators will be able to participate in the chat. Super chats always take priority during the stream, so if we didn't get to your question, sorry. Come back next time or do the super chat. If you do the super chat, be sure to put your question in there. Otherwise, we won't get to it. All right, let's kick over to members. And welcome all those new members today. It's bananas. Welcome, everyone. All right. So members, get your questions in. Chatmaster C is standing by. We'll queue those up. One of the benefits of being a member of those, if you're at the visitor or producer tier, is you can pre-submit questions. And we actually have quite a bit of pre-submitted questions today. So hopefully we can get through those fairly quickly so we can get to the actual member questions in the chat. And I see Alex's super chat. Let's see how Alex is going to troll us today. All right, Patrick, I've been impressed with you diving into M lately. what has been the most eye-opening and mind-bending thing you've learned along the way?
How exhaustive the language is. You can do just about anything.
It's bananas.
You can do just about the functions really. And I will take a long time, Alex, but the functions that I'm running to and the things that's available from just the language perspective, mind blowing. I
will say, hey Alex, drop the link to the video that you were in with us. If you have not seen this video and you're working in Power Query, which you should all be working in Power Query, you need to watch this video. Not like, even if it's like the topic and the actual problem that was being worked on in the video it doesn't relate. Like, you're like, I'm not doing any of this. Who cares about that? There's a lot of little nuggets and things that Alex showed in that video that's bananas and mind blowing. So, you need to watch that video. Like, just like the brackets and like how to make things just tables and like. And then try and find all of the Easter eggs that he put in there in that video as well. It's a crazy video. You have to watch that video.
So I sent him some I don't know what day it was, because I'm working on incremental refresh over Excel files in a OneDrive. Don't ask me why, but I'm working on that. It works. It creates the partitions. It only refresh. It follows the incremental refresh strategy. And I send them the M, and it's a combination of Chris Webb, Miguel Escobar, Alex Powers, and actually Stephanie Bruno. It took all four of them to help me. Well, I didn't talk to them, but I read blog posts from all of them, and it works. It really works. It's remarkable. You guys are seeing the video. It's coming up.
Yeah. So, it's bananas. Naim, thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Patrick is. So one thing to realize, and Alex, I don't know if you've maybe had this thought also. It's like, man, Patrick's really spending a lot of time on this. What else does Patrick have to do with his day? We'll just let that one sit there and simmer. I broke Patrick on that one. Oh, Michael, 10 months being a member. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's go to the pre-submitted questions, and let's get through these so we can get to some other questions. All right, William. So William became a member last week. I believe it was last week because he wanted this question. So welcome, William. So if we agree that best practice is to push as much as possible upstream, does it follow that connecting 15 aggregate tables that have been done in SQL could be done in DAX, and one dim table is better than one or two fact tables, and dim tables plus DAX? Essentially one table for each visual. Does it depend on the use case, connection to source itself, and direct query? So I will be honest, like the sentence itself is kind of hard to read and hard to understand. I did ask for follow-up. It was a little late on me asking, so that's my bad on it. But the thing that I'm going to key on, and then I'll let Patrick go off on this. The thing that I'm going to key off of on is that last piece, one table for each visual. Hard no. So no, you should have a star schema. Like that's full stop. Star schema. And then run your visuals off of that. Why are we even thinking about one table per visual? I would never do that. That's a horrible idea. Because that also means if you have one table per visual, like, well, okay, does that mean you still even have dimensions? You're saying one fact table? William, no worries. That was my bad. But it's, the one table for visual, like for me, that's a huge red flag. Don't do that. You should have one fact table driving things and dimensions around it. Now, yes, you can have more than one fact within a model, right? So you could have multiple facts. They should not be interconnected. Patrick, what are your thoughts?
So, and I won't belabor this. The challenge, and I know what he's dealing with because he's using SaaS, not software as a service. He's using SaaS.
Yeah, SaaS, it's an actual BI product. Yeah.
And so the challenge, though, if you aggregate them down to that level, you're stuck with the aggregations at that level, and you can't do anything else. So I would keep it at the fact level, so you have more control with that. So you can do different types of aggregations as opposed to the sums and the averages that you create in the back end. Anyway, that's it. Go for
Yeah,
it.
and William, so people in the chat are saying, show the book, show the book. So we're talking about Star Schema, the complete reference. William, I don't remember, we had a couple different member questions. I don't remember which one, either William or one of the other ones did mention they're looking at this book.
But
but
that was the one that I'm going to talk about.
Okay, that's the next
I'm
one.
going to
Okay.
talk about.
So, but yeah, William, this book, absolutely. Star Schema, all the things. And I think William knows that, but it's because William even said he's dealing with senior leaders. They're not listening or they're arguing with it. So I get it.
It's
That's a
not
real
him,
problem.
It's his team. It's not him. It's the team.
Hey,
right?
hey, Alex, can you drop the link to the Star Schema guidance doc as well? So William, take that and go to people and say, look, on Power BI, this is the guidance. Do this. Like, don't,
Oh, you're still showing the question.
Gosh, thank you, Chris. My bad. I'm like here holding it in front of the camera, and Patrick's looking at my thing. Yeah, Star Schema, all the things. Oh my gosh.
Like that.
I forgot to switch. I've been going off, and no one could see my beautiful face. Yes, Benny. Sorry. My bad. Evan, thank you for becoming a member.
Wait a minute.
I'm hiding. James, you're hiding behind the question. We can't see you. Yes, but everyone knew what I was showing. Everyone knew. Anyway, okay.
That's good.
Chewy, if you see that the video got stuck, try refreshing the browser. It's showing good on my end. Anyway, all right. Next question. William, good luck with that. Good luck. All right. Next one from Jonathan. All right, Patrick, this is yours. Is there anything inherently bad about relating dimensions to one another? Short answer, yes. So I have a standard two-fact star schema with 2 dimensions. The exhibition product table defines groups of products or bundles. A product can be in many bundles, and one bundle can contain many products. Then exhibition item table acts as a bridge table that contains a unique record for each exhibition item that joins to the fact table. Have you seen, oh yeah, this is where the reference. Have you seen this kind of grouping of a dimension before? I've combed through Christopher Adamson's Star Schema, which is the book I just showed, but didn't see anything that popped out to Jonathan. All right, so Patrick, you want me to go to your machine?
Look what Thomas just said. Insurance. And this is what I was telling you about before.
Yeah, you said that. That was your exact example of this. It's insurance.
It's insurance, policies and claims and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Kimball actually has it in the Data Warehouse Toolkit somewhere. And because that's where I learned about this pattern. And in that pattern, he says you can either flatten and create a composite key, which that affects the entire ETL process, and you got to go and work with your developers. Maybe you don't have access to the source, or you can do this. Let's have it on my laptop.
All right. There you go. Look at that. Yeah,
So
I watched him draw. Wait, go back to the report page. Patrick drew these arrows around the vision. I'm like, dude, look at that. You're going crazy with this. All right. Anyway.
So look at, this is the original model, and so he's got this exhibition item table, which is just a dimension to position and exhibition item list. So it's just a dimension. And then I have this table in the middle that relates the many products to the many exhibitions and the many exhibitions to the many products. So it resolves the many to many relationship. Here's my bridge table. But then if you pay really close attention, now I was over at some friend's house staring at this, and I probably should have been paying attention to what we were doing. But there's a relationship here that goes to position. And then if I go this way, it gets blocked, right? Because I have this relationship only going back this way. Now, the exhibition item can filter both of these. It can filter both of these, but if I try to do product can only filter position. It doesn't flow up through this, right? And so I showed Adam. I was like, I can do one simple thing that I think resolved this, but I needed to validate. So that's why I created this, right? And if you look at this and you pay really close attention, I'm filtering the product. And like I said, it filters that product listing table, but it doesn't filter the exhibition item table because the relationship is blocked, right? So all I did was, and you're going to say, well, you guys say don't do this, but let me show you something. I'm going to delete this relationship. All right? And I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to do this.
No.
I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
This is bananas.
And the
What
it's
the
bananas.
French
But if-
toast?
But if I do this, what I'm really sure of is that I'm not introducing ambiguity to this model, because the only way to answer either one of those questions is through this table or the tables at the top of the model, which have no way to produce any type of circular relationship or anything like that. And now if I go back to my report and I take a peek, that's filtering this product table or filtering this exhibition table will filter both of these tables. And because we are really confident with the data, we know that it'll work that way. Now, good point on Chris used the cross filter, but why go through all that and all my DAX measures and everything, right? Just making the DAX even a little more complicated. I can actually do it right there. I'm telling you, try it out. Let me know. Let me know what you think.
That one definitely depends, though. You got to really know your model and know your data and understand that that's the right thing to do, right? So if you validated that, you understand how bidirectionals work, and your model is in a place where that will work, then it's okay, right? The bigger part is that usually people don't understand that, and they're just throwing it in there just because it's the quick fix, and that's bad.
But this wasn't a quick fix.
Chris.
This is the solution.
Did you see Chris? He's like, well, but someone tomorrow's gonna F it up, and well, that's where you need change control, you need validation, you need modelers. So all those things. All right.
Yep.
All right. So let's go to number 3. Got 2 more. All right. So Ebony's got one. I'm trying to create a custom column in Power Query that says if the cell in the title column of table X contains text from region name column in table Y, then return the text from the region name column in table Y. I'm not sure how to write this expression for the custom column. In Excel, I typically use index match. All right, let's go to my machine this time. All right, Alex, here you go. Here's some Power Query love. First thing I'm gonna do, so Control Shift ++ to make it a little bigger in Power Query, because Patrick's hard of seeing, so it's okay. So the thing here, so Ebony was talking about creating a custom column, like add column and do some expression that pulls from another field. The challenge is that's not how Power Query works. So you got to do like some sort of merge or like a join of some kind, right? So we're going to look at merge tables. And so if I look at, so this work items is here, and then I'm going to go to my home table and I'm going to say merge queries. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my regions table. I'm going to select the 2 columns. And what you see here, Patrick, mute yourself, man. Your keyboard's going nuts.
Okay.
And then what you see down on the bottom here is you see, but no rows were matched. What's going on? This didn't work. I must be doing something wrong. So then we'll say, oh, well, we got to do a fuzzy match because it's words within sentences, right? So we got to do fuzzy match. All right, cool. I did the fuzzy match and I still have nothing. Nothing, Patrick. Oh my gosh, this doesn't work. Power Query sucks. This isn't gonna do it. So what I would say is, well, we got to play around with it a little bit. So there's a similarity threshold that you got to play with, right? So like, how aggressive do you want it to be on the fuzzy matching? And what I did when I played around, I had to get down to 0.2 before I actually got the matches. So if I go to 0.3, it gets 5 out of 9, but there's actually 6 that need to be matched. So I have to go to 0.2 to get the 6 out of 9, which is correct. And then when I do that, I can expand it out. And we can say, get rid of that. We'll do region name. And then bam, there we go. These ones are null because they don't actually have those items in there. But then we get it. And so you got to play around. The fact that I had to go to 0.2, though, is like, is there some way you can maybe clean this up a little bit before we even get to Power Query? Do it upstream. Patrick.
Don't do this. See, Chris, look what Chris just posted. If you don't have access to the source, you don't have no option, right? And it's a great solution. It works. Fuzzy matching's been there. It's awesome. But if you have access to the source, please have somebody clean that data up back in the source. Please.
But I mean, strictly from a Power Query perspective, like this is the only option I got for you.
You're right. That works.
Yeah. So But yeah, like the point two, the minute I had to go down to point two, I'm like, I was just cringing the whole time. So yeah. So yeah.
I bet you there's all kind of functions in M.
Yeah,
that
the
you could- that Alex
Charlie
is
had one.
probably thinking of.
Text contains could be used. Yeah, sure.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then Alex saying, I do have a case function. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're in two separate tables, you still have to do some type of merge.
It's got to be a
bring them
merge.
together. So, yeah. Anyway, okay.
All right.
Come on,
So,
listen.
Let's last one. All right. Adam's got one. All right. How do you approach handling legacy reports? I mean, reports that were created by someone else and now you're in charge of it. It happens to a friend of mine, wink, wink, and all he can see is red flags here, there, and everywhere. So endless number of measures, unformatted DAX code, calculated subtables, as well as cluttered visualizations, potentially unnecessary pages. Now the report is out there in the wild, people are consuming it, but my friend is concerned that potential changes will break it. What do you do? All right, Patrick, you've got $1 up there.
It depends.
It depends.
It depends, right?
It is wild.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Alex. It is wild.
Yeah.
Fernando, that is extreme and aggressive. File delete, file new. Wow. All right. Well, that's one way you could go.
Go, Al.
No, I mean, my thing, it absolutely depends, right? So it's, we've got to, and there was another comment Adam put in the email too, just like, look, I've heard you guys say if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, I get, there's a lot of factors that go into this. Obviously, you know, performance is a big thing. So if we know it's slow, then yes, we want to try and update that to make it faster. If it's not answering business questions that it needs to answer, let's fix that up to do that. If it's fine, so like perf is fine, people aren't complaining about it. Do we want to spend energy there? Yes, I know, like personally, we've got this cringe factor. But again, this is a business decision, right? So do you want to spend the time and energy there, or could you be spending it on something more productive that actually moves the business forward? That's something you got to figure out. I can't give you the answer for that. If the answer is yes, we need to do this to move the business forward, then you got to spend time on it and you got to fix it up. And so I would start with maybe reviewing it and figuring out, okay, these are all the problems that are there. Like, and you've kind of reviewed it. You've said, yes, this is it. You've got your list. And then I would prioritize that list maybe two different ways. One of, hey, this would get me the biggest thing to move the business forward. And then the other thing is this is like the biggest cringe factor in it, right? And so that helps you kind of gauge where your priority is going to be. And then just kind of go from there and maybe take it in steps and maybe have different phases to introduce things and maybe not do it all at one time. So there's a big shock factor, but start making, you know, just whittle away at it. If it's not a big thing that moves the business forward, but you personally are like, look, I need to change this. My OCD's kicking in, or just the cringe factor is too much for me. Then maybe just start doing that in little incremental things. So you're not wasting a ton of time that you could be doing on other things to move the business forward. But hey, I've got a half hour here. I can go maybe make a small change and then come back next week and do something else. So yeah, absolutely. Iterate, do what you can and go from there. So, all right. Hopefully that helps you, Adam. I don't know if it does. And then Chris, start over. I'm like, sure, you could do that. But that wasn't one of the things that Adam suggested. And I like Adam. He's got a nice name. So. Anything else to add to that, Patrick?
Nope.
Yes. Yeah. And Heidi, Heidi jumping on that too. It's like cost of maintenance. Like, is it worth it? I don't know. That's a business decision. I can't answer that for you. We know that we want to change it, and the cringe factor is high, but I don't know. All right. That was all the pre-submitted ones. We got through it, Patrick. All right. Moving to the queue. Excel Obsessed, a 3-parter. Ooh. Any 3-parters, I just fully say that those are Patrick's questions. It's too much for me. I'm less than 3. Patrick's over 3. So is there a way around the 1 million row limitation with direct query? Yes and no. For Power BI data set composite models, for composite models, We want to create a viz. You're like, ooh, wait. We want to create a viz showing data from a new SQL table and filter it by fields in a 1 million row dimension table. Ooh, it's healthy. From an existing data set. But when dragging the field from the dimension table into the visual, we received the error, couldn't load the data for the visual. The result of the query to external data sources has exceeded the maximum allowed size. Is there any way to increase the limit? So we have Power BI Premium. So before Gen 2, there was a setting there, the max intermediate row count thing that you could bump up. All right, Patrick's waving. Sorry, I said this was a Patrick question. Go, Patrick. Go, Patrick.
No, go.
So with Gen 2, that wasn't there. But I know we opened up some server-side settings. I don't know if we opened that one up for the server-side settings. I don't know if we opened that one up. I don't remember if we did.
But on that dimension, is that dimension in direct query? If it is, I'm assuming that's why you're hitting that limit. Why don't you try to use dynamic M parameters to filter that out? It'll push it back, and it'll run that query with that filter from the slicer.
I'll give you a quick answer why they're not doing that. It's a composite model.
But if that table's in direct query mode that they're using, go in that model and set it up in that model.
Does that work when you use composite models?
I don't know. Give it a go. It's an idea.
Yeah, the challenge is that dimension is really high. So I do know I was working with someone else, and they're in a kind of a similar situation where they're trying to do like aggregates based off the dimension. So the dimension itself has aggregates. But then you get into this hierarchy scenario, and it gets messy. It gets really messy, and there's not some great options there. So
Alex says max intermediate row exists in Gen 2.
Yes. So that's on that server side setting. So that's something you can play with.
Yeah. But are they talking about a composite model with multiple data sets, or are they just talking about I got some tables in direct query, some in dual, some in import? Because I think we get that composite model confused also. If it is the latter, try dynamic M parameters. See, James agrees with me. Try dynamic M parameters.
Oh, Kevin, we were already on the it depends bandwagon, so it's definitely
yeah. Sorry. So sorry. It depends, Kevin. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. Try it out. Excel obsessed. Let us know.
Yes. All right. Also, there was a super chat from Jarrell. We didn't answer that one yet. So thank you for the super chat, Jarrell. So it was an easy question. What's the best comprehensive written video source for understanding the back end of Power BI modeling best practices, DAX and M, going beyond a simple? It got cut off. So what's the best source? All right.
I don't think there's one book. I don't think there's one book for all of the things. For all of the things, M, Power BI modeling.
Oh no, yeah, not for all of that, but for DAX and data modeling.
Yeah, DAX, data modeling, understanding the engine. You want to use that book.
Yes,
because that book covers all of it. But M, I don't know about M. I don't. Alex, what do you got? I don't know about M. I don't know the best resource. I mean,
there's resources for M that are out there. So I know like Gil Revive's got one for Power Query out there. There's others too. So then Alex, going back to the dynamic M piece, like we barely scratched the surface with dynamic M query parameters. I agree, but in a composite model, like I don't know. I'd have to play around with that. I don't think. Yeah, and Dan, you're saying SQL BI's data modeling class. Yep, they've got a bunch of great courses. Go check that out. And the book is written by Marco and Alberto from SQL BI. So I'm on that bandwagon for sure.
Kevin said rewatch all 100 live streams. We did me, Marco, you, and Alberto. That live stream when all four of us were there.
Big data.
We talked about
modeling.
That's a good one too.
Those were good. There's just so much content out there. I get the struggle, Jarrell. There's so much out there. Like, where do you even go? Like, where's the best place? But hopefully what we've kind of called out there is in the chats dropping a bunch of stuff. Kerbal for some of the Power Query stuff as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So definitely check it out. Check it out. Lots of great resources. So cool. All right. Thank you for that. Let's get these out of there. Going on to Pod
The
Eater.
member questions.
Pod Eater.
They're the hard
next
ones,
level.
man.
Next level.
Member questions are the hard.
So Pod Eater, thanks for becoming a member again. Much appreciated. How do you create a push data set? What does that actually mean? I'm old and I have no idea what it takes to create a push data set. So what you do is you put the data set in front of you and then you push. Now, so Marco, I don't know if you want to drop your link again to the.
He did already.
Okay, yeah.
He did already.
All right. So Marco's got a great thing to help with creating push data sets. Usually these are created. You create them through an API. Wait, Chris is yelling at me. I don't know why Chris is yelling at me.
So wait, Pabita, happy birthday. I didn't want to go. Happy birthday, Pabita.
Oh yeah. Pabita, happy birthday. Wait, but why is he yelling at me?
I don't know why Chris. I don't know.
I don't like being
Keep
yelled at.
moving. Keep moving.
Right.
Keep moving. We'll figure it
Just
out.
kinda-
Oh,
Oh, trolling on push.
He's
Okay,
trolling.
all right. That's good. That's good. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Marco's got some links for push data sets. So really, it's programmatically created data set. A lot of times people use it for like some streaming type information. In my experience working with people in Power BI, I don't know that I've ever seen anyone actually use it in a production scenario. I know they exist. I just haven't personally seen it. And the context of a push data set also is very old. It hasn't been touched in a long while, so it doesn't mean it doesn't work. And Marco's definitely got some creative things you can do with it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
all right, moving on. We got we're not going to get through everything. Lance,
Let's do two more.
Do two more. Lance, any guidance examples on using PowerShell command? I thought that's a P5. I'm like premium commandlets. On using PowerShell commandlets APIs to set data source when not going through an on-prem gateway, such as a data lake. So technically, you're actually there is a quote unquote gateway behind the scenes that's used, but you can't actually use the gateway PowerShell commandlets to do anything there. There are APIs to change the data source for cloud-related items or to update the data source and credentials and whatnot, but it's limited to specific data sources. It's in the documentation, the API docs. So you got to go check that out. And then you could use, because it's an API call, a REST API call, you can use the PowerShell commandlets to call that REST API. And I don't know if Azure Data Lake Storage is one of those data sources. I'd have to go look it up. But under data set, there's like a data source type thing that you can go change.
Update data sources in group.
There you go.
Update
there you go.
Data
there you
sources
go.
in group. Yeah, I got it right there. I got it right there.
So that you can use to actually update. So like if it's Azure SQL Database or something like that, you can actually go use that. Yeah. James, why do you avoid PowerShell? I love PowerShell. Get me all the PowerShell. All right. Let's grab. Let's see here. Better idea group. So customer wants to switch between 3 different hierarchies on the same fact. I wanted to use parameter fields or field parameters, but then see they are not supported. How would you do this on one visual?
I don't know. I don't know
does that mean?
what. I don't understand. Because what they want to do is, so think about in field parameters, you can have product category, subcategory, color. So I choose it and it switches the visual, right, that I'm displaying on the axis. But I want to put the year hierarchy, the product hierarchy, and the people hierarchy in the field parameter, and then have that switch between each one of those hierarchies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you could do that.
Yeah.
Now, you could build, and maybe I'll do a video on this, you could build hierarchies in the field parameters based on those columns and have them select up and down it. And so you can, it's just a tuple. Each one of those rows in the DAX for the field parameter is just a tuple. And as long as you have equal number of values.
You using that word.
If you have equal number of values across each one of those, then you could build out like your own hierarchy. And there's some blog posts. The reason I didn't do a video on it because there's some blog posts on it. But yeah, so you add separate columns and then you add a roll up for each one. I'll do a video on this. I'm gonna do a video on this. I'll do a video on this. This will be a good video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, tuple, Chris. Yeah, tuple. You use tuple.
I'll show you. I'll do a video. Who is this accent? Who is this accent?
It's Better Ideas Group.
Better Ideas Group. I'll do a video.
Yeah.
I'll do a video.
Yep. So tuple all the things.
Oh, Paul Beater, are they on-prem? Is this person on-prem?
Better Ideas Group? I don't know.
If you're in a
that was the thing. It said fields, like the fields parameter wasn't supported. I'm like, wait, why is that not supported?
Yeah, if they're on-prem, he's right.
Yeah,
You're right.
if it's on-prem, that
Oh,
ain't an option.
okay, no. So Better Idea
cool.
Group.
We're in the
stay
cloud.
tuned.
Oh,
I'll do a quick video.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, look what Chewy said. Patrick makes the videos people ask for, not the ones that they watch.
Hey, I did a video that someone asked for too.
Yeah, you make the videos that people watch. I make the ones that people ask for.
It's all good.
Nobody watches my videos. Nobody watches my videos.
Jason, I don't know what gives you that idea. I don't know. Field parameters isn't supported in decom tree. Yeah, ideas.powerbi.
Wow.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
I'm sorry. All right. That brings us to the end of another live stream. We still had some member questions we didn't get to, so apologize for that. We had a bunch of pre-submitted questions this time around, and then we will come back next week and we will do it again. So next week, Marco Russo is going to be on the stream again. Marco hinted, and he's just said it again. Stay tuned for an announcement on 8/24. Anytime Marco says announcement, I'm like, hey, do you want to be on the stream after that? Maybe do follow-up stuff or whatever? And he said, of course, of course. So Marco's going to be back next Saturday. The Saturday after that, September 3rd, Alberto Cairo is going to be on the live stream. We got that set up, so that's going to be amazing. And get your visualization questions ready. What do you got, Patrick?
Yeah. Go finish. Keep going.
Well, I was going to move on to something else.
Okay, go for it. Move on.
Well, no, I was going to say, so Power Platform Conference is coming up in September.
Yes.
We are going to be there for that. Of note, Gynicube is partnering with Bifocal, and I'm gonna be really bad here. Jason, keep me on. I know it's Treb. I don't remember what his company name is. So, but we're partnering to Jason. Put that in the chat. Keep me honest. I feel bad. But we're going to partner up for a community event at Power Platform Conference Tuesday night. And so just come out, say hi, meet everyone, and it'll be wonderful. Yeah, Marquee Insights. There you go. Thank you.
Insights.
Yeah, we're going to have a happy hour, Chewy. So for those that are there, we will have good times. We did this at Business Application Summit at Atlanta, and it was awesome. We had a great time. Of note, also, we do have word. Kim Manis will be there at that happy hour as well. So come say hi to Kim, and we'll try and get as many of the other engineering folks that are there at that event as well, so you can mingle, ask questions. But Kim Manis is the PM owner for all of Power BI and Synapse. So it's awesome that she's going to be there. So we do have confirmation on it.
We're doing a workshop the day after the conference. You didn't mention that. You didn't
the day
mention
after.
that.
Yes, the day after Dashboard in the Day is the day after the conference. It's bananas. It's on fire. So, so definitely sign up for that if you want to. We're gonna go through a lot of best practices. Alex Powers, myself, and Patrick. We're all gonna be there talking about all the things. So. So we got the announcement next Wednesday, Marco. I'm going to say the 24th is Wednesday, I believe. So we got that. Marco next week. Alberto Cairo for visualization stuff. He's going to be on September 3rd. And then we will be at Power Platform Conference, happy hour, plus the post-con. We will be there for all the things. So looking forward to seeing everyone there. And Jason and John White, they have the pre-conference one that they're doing as well. Everything you need to know about Power BI. So it's actually good bookends. If you go to Jason's and then go to ours, they're going to walk you through, get you started with Power BI, and then we're going to ramp it up and say, this is what you need to know next. So it'll be wonderful. Looking forward to seeing everyone. Come back next Saturday, bring more questions, and just have a great next week, and hope you do something amazing. All right, everyone. We'll see you.